Okay, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, I stayed up late. I've only had a couple hours sleep, but it was worth this historic event. You're watching on fyntv.com, but if you'd like to contact the show at any time, it's 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com, and then Twitter @FetcherNews, @FYNTV. And then also we'd like for you to sign up on our YouTube channel, FYNTV, Fetcher News YouTube. If you go there and subscribe on the top, just click it. I said to somebody the other day, subscribe. They said, I don't want to subscribe, so I don't know why YouTube says that. I think it says subscribe or join. But you just click and you're there. And then anytime we're doing a live broadcast, you'll get a notification. Now, moving right along, a couple things. Yes, I didn't want to do it, but I knew the left. I know the left that is begging Justin Trudeau to still like us. Yes, from the G7. I mean, there is a group of people, an absolute group out there, Minka, Joe, okay, evil people that are actually making phone calls, doing TV shows, and begging Justin Trudeau at Canada not to attack and ooze us with maple syrup. I'm serious. They're begging Macron, okay, in France, to forgive us. They're begging these other countries to forgive the actions of our President of the United States. And last night, they are saying, my God, remember when Trump left the G7? All of the talking heads, okay? All of the talking heads were going on and on about the disastrous G7. And how the disastrous meeting at the G7 would definitely make this summit virtually impossible between Kim and Trump. It would put a cloud cover over this summit. It would hurt the summit. It would hurt our efforts. It would hurt any possibility of negotiations. But just the opposite happened. You see, on the 18-hour plane ride, as the left was begging Justin Trudeau to continue to charge us 290% on our dairy products, and while the left was begging for still great vacation rates on the Riviera and south of France and a quick trip to Germany, while they were begging the AU to forgive us, like Obama, we don't apologize anymore. Trump took an 18-hour plane ride to Singapore. Within the 18 hours, Kim Jong-un, okay, his advisors said, look, this guy just kicked the ass of what's supposed to be the closest allies. You got to understand, Mr. Dictator, this man went in a room and didn't care if he was by himself. And he went up against the world elite. And he looked at them and he said, America will not be a piggy bank any longer. It's over. And he looked at them and said, look, the gig is up. This is how it will work. You need to understand, Mr. Dictator, that the guy that's coming today kicked them in the teeth and left to come here to meet with you. 36-year-old kid. So this 36-year-old kid, that this is the longest. See, we put things in perspective here. You need to understand while the media's out there saying everything they want to say today, you and I know this 3,000 miles, the longest trip this 36-year-old kid has ever made. Do you realize the keys to the castle at 26 years old? If this guy would have flipped things over, he could be flying all over the world, hanging out with Rodman. He could have went to the Tonys and cheered when De Niro said F Trump. But no. He thought he would negotiate the old-fashioned way with a limp U.S. president and a cowardly Secretary of State that never wants to go. The Secretary of State's job in the United States of America has been for several years to travel the world and not offend anybody, not offend us all. That's their job. Oh, not anymore. You see, Kim Jong-un went to Singapore and he did some sightseeing. Donald Trump's been all over the world. He went to Singapore, he drove up, he said, okay, I've seen this before, let's get this thing done. I've got to go to Guam, I got to go to Hawaii. I may play golf. I've been up for 25 hours. I got to sleep. Kim Jong-un went sightseeing. You think I made a joke on this show. He looked at Singapore. He looked at that fancy hotel. He said, I want a Ferris wheel. I want a Coke. I want a hamburger. I want a Chevy. Well, you're going to get it. I'm serious, 36-year-old kid saying, you know what? One man can make this happen for me. Now, that being said, a rock star has been born. The Secretary of State's office is no longer to go throughout the world and bend over and say, please, can I have another one for the citizens of the United States of America? And how could I not offend you in any way whatsoever? Now, he's polite, okay? Polite man. Graduated first in his class at West Point, okay? The rock star in this is Mike Pompeo, Secretary of State. So let's go to Mike number 1. Mike Pompeo comes out and he gives a press conference day before yesterday as Secretary of State. And he says the V stands for verify. We will not waver. Sanctions will not come off. We will not move in any direction. We've given up nothing, okay? The V stands for verify. Remember Mike Pompeo, the media tried to lead you to believe that we dropped him in North Korea with a plane parachuted in, tucked and rolled, and had a private meeting with Kim Jong-un. Where's Mike? It's Easter. The Easter egg hunt. No Mike. He took a team. He did not travel without a delegation that was with him. That's how long ago negotiations started. They started over phone, over wire, and he went in Easter, started the negotiations, one-on-one. Go to Mike number 2. I have these a little out of order. So this guy, I forget his name, he is like second in command, in charge, over there in, let's just go to Mike number 3 first. Bring me back, go to Mike 3 and then 2. All right, this is Mike number 3 with Kim Jong-un over there in North Korea. And this is a picture that went viral of his visit. I think he's been there twice, 2 visits, okay? This is a picture released by the rock star Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. You see, he is the one having face-to-face. See, he's our representative. He is America over there, okay? And what Kim Jong-un is doing right now is saying, you're nothing. See, Mike Pompeo says, hey, I'm here to deliver a direct message from the President of the United States. A direct message. Period. Okay? Mike Pompeo says, here's the message. And Kim Jong-un looks at him and says, hey, you're nothing like what my grandfather told me a Secretary of State would be like. Well, you're absolutely nothing like that lady, what was her name? Madeleine Albright. You're nothing of what my dad told me of how to deal with you. While you're absolutely nothing like that. Nothing at all. See, that's what happened. Mike took the message for you, American. Mike number 3, or 2, I'm sorry. Mike number 2. Now, the President of the United States, Kim Jong-un says, I better see, because Mike comes over, he's nothing like my dad told me. He's nothing like grandfather wrote about. He's nothing like that. I need to test the waters. So Kim Jong-un sends out a couple barbs there to test the waters. President Donald J. Trump pens a letter. Verbatim. He doesn't call one of his soothsayers in. He doesn't call somebody in, a jester, a court jester. He doesn't call any speechwriters in. No, Donald J. Trump just calls somebody in and says, take a letter. I know that was so, politically incorrect. Take a letter, okay? Write this down. And he pens a letter to this guy, right? And he sends it direct to Kim Jong-un. It says the summit's off. Kiss my, patootie. It's off. Enjoy your life, or what's left of it. Boom, the letter goes. Kim says, my God, I'm telling you, this guy's different. I mean, he was supposed to crack 3 times already. I thought once the American people saw that I was going to pull out, they would say, no, Donald, you must do at all cost. Make this summit work. No, Donald sent a letter. Take a letter, Maria. Address it to Kim Jong-un. So anyhow, the letter goes over. Woo! All of a sudden, the big guy, Mike Pompeo, hosts, this is the number 2 man. And the number 2 man comes over from North Korea, flies to the United States. First class. He got first class. I don't know if he rode coach. He flies to the United States of America to hand deliver a letter for the President of the United States. And that letter basically is begging Donald Trump, no, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Whether you believe it or not, I won't do it again. I promise I won't do it again. Donald Trump says, this is a joke. Who's your daddy? You, Mr. President. So anyhow, the big guy comes over from North Korea. They go down there. They meet with Trump. He hand delivers a letter, stays in Trump's office over an hour, goes home. So Mike Pompeo is a rock star. Secretary of State rock star. Put up Mike number 4. Now, while we're on the number 4, that's the American delegation. Mike Pompeo graduated. Now, I want you to understand this, okay, because the media is freaking out. Mike Pompeo graduated first in his class at West Point. There sits at the table General, 4-star General John Kelly. 4-star General. Also, who has been in the South Pacific there, who has been in the Korean Peninsula, who has been over there the most working on this, that is not on the front line every day, is General Mattis. He's also a 4-star general. Okay? So you think between Mattis, you think John Kelly was in the room the whole time, General John Kelly, Chief of Staff, Mike Pompeo, West Point, number 1 graduate, understand military exercises, understand the dangers in the South China Sea, understand China and China's military, understand what they're up against. That President Donald Trump said, we are going to halt military war game exercises right now at this time. That they just let it happen? I don't think so. So don't let the media take you off on that. Okay, Mike Pompeo is a rock star. We got to get moving along. One more thing. The failure of Secretary of States. Now, we here in this office, Sam and I did several months ago. I mean, it's almost a year ago. And it would be a great find to look at. But Sam we did when Sam was producing the show, we did a video called 24 Years of Failed Policy. Failed policy, 24 years of failed policy in North Korea. All right? And we went through and detailed everything that took place. You remember Bill Clinton spent $3 billion of your money and got nothing. So let me just run through. Now, whether you like these people, I'm sorry. If you don't, you can cheer extra loud. If you like them, you can grunt a little bit. But the reality is, George W. Bush, and that's where we're going to go back, all the way back. George W. Bush called North Korea an evil empire or axis of evil, okay? George W. Bush. But let's start, Amanda, with Bill Clinton. Now, Bill Clinton, we'll start there. This is his face of finding out. Now, there's two faces that, when you do a, what is it? When you put up something and you say, well, anyhow, this could go two ways. This is Bill Clinton finding out that the days have changed, and actually what women accepted in his administration as aggressive contact and what is accepted today is two different things. So he said, oh man, I'm caught off guard, because used to, we'll talk about that later. But actually, here's Bill Clinton's face to find out, I spent $3 billion of your money, America, and I sent Madeleine Albright. And I really thought when she came home, she had a deal we could live with, work with, and make America safe and free and just make the world safe. I thought that's what we had. But I spent $3 billion and I got jack. Bill Clinton spent $3 billion of your money, got nothing as president. So let's look at his Secretary of State. Remember the story, don't have time. Let's go for Madeleine Albright. First of all, no, not Madeleine Albright. The first one was Warren Christopher. Remember, Warren Christopher is his first Secretary of State. I just want you to get a good look at these failures, okay? So Warren Christopher is Bill Clinton's first Secretary of State, all right? And we're going to be going through these names here. It's Warren. It just comes up Warren is what I got it under. I think it says Warren. There he is. And then we go to the famous Madeleine Albright that was sent over there. Madeleine Albright was sent over there on the plane and got down to the bottom of the ramp, and they gave her the plastic Walmart flowers, and Kim Jong-un dealt with her. And this is the symbol. You just got to take it away. We're having that kind of morning. You got to understand, this is the symbol that North Korea has written in their history books. This is the training, the negotiating of screwing America training that is written down in North Korea on how, when you get the book in North Korea, you go to their only library with 2 books, and you pull the book, there's only 2 books, okay? And the one book is How to Screw America. And they studied Madeleine Albright, okay, acting as American representative, and Kim's dad taking advantage of the Clinton administration, okay? So she is totally a failure, and that's what they base their negotiations on for the most part. So you have Madeleine Albright. Now let's move to George W. Bush. And George W. Bush, after 9/11, pumped right up, okay? He pumped right up there as President of the United States. I got a picture of him. He pumped right up there as President of the United States. And he said after 9/11, he put North Korea on the evil axis of evil list. I mean, they were something we had to do something about, the North Koreans. You got a picture of George W. Bush? There you go. You got it. So there's George W. Bush. Now let's look at his Secretary of States there. And so we start with George W. Bush. Colin Powell. That's interesting. Colin Powell. Well, Colin happened to be the one that went to the Security Council, UN Security Council, did the slideshow that got us into a multi-trillion-dollar war in Iraq, Afghanistan, you name it. So let's not rehash that, but there's Colin Powell, Democrat Colin Powell, that first Secretary of State, the great one that gave George Bush cover to go in and spend $3 trillion to attack Iraq. No, we won't rehash that. Now we move right along to someone that I think we all like, but the bottom line is another Secretary of State that got nowhere with North Korea, Condoleezza Rice. I mean, Condoleezza was the second Secretary of State. Now, when you put Condoleezza up there, when you find, there you go, she is the second Secretary of State for George W. Bush. Now, in that 24 years, we come up to Barack Hussein Obama. Put up Barack Obama. Okay, this is the President of the United States, and this is the ultimate world sympathizer. This is the ultimate world sympathizer. I'm sorry, I'm from America. This is the ultimate sympathizer that went around the world and said, on behalf of the American people, I'm sorry. I'm sorry on behalf of the American people. I can't help it who my mom and dad are. That's the one, right? You know, you have the person that goes out there and they're telling people, and I can't help with my mom and dad. Well, I can't help America's my home. I can't help it. That was the guy. So here is the scary. Let's go with the one that just says Hillary Clinton. And this is a sobering moment for us in America today. This is Hillary Rodham Clinton. Now, the time now, she's Secretary of State. She couldn't get jack done as Secretary of State. She couldn't even get a button to say reset for Russia correctly as Secretary of State. The only thing she could do as Secretary of State is park your plane in certain places to make the pickup of money that she was stealing for the Clinton Foundation. It's all she could do, nothing else. She accomplished nothing in this world. Here is Hillary Clinton number 2. And it's like Bill Clinton. This is the picture of when she found out that she lost to Donald J. Trump. It says Hillary Clinton 2. This is the picture when she found out she lost to Donald J. Trump. Or it could be the picture when she finds out that Donald J. Trump just made a deal with North Korea and is well on his way. I mean, they're sharpening the chisels now for Mount Rushmore for this guy. Okay, and here's picture 3, Hillary Clinton. That's a damn. America, that, when I say that, yes, I can't even, that could be President of the United States today. That right there. Isn't that a scary thought? Because that was Secretary of State. Total failure. Now we have, let's go to John Kerry. And I think I have maybe, do I have 3 of John? Let's go to John Kerry. Now the one, this is John Kerry. I think this little Iranian is their foreign national security advisor or whatever, but whoever he is, this is John Kerry. And look at the body language. I wish I had the chance to go back and show you the Kim Jong-un, and we will in a picture later, show you the Kim Jong-un body language versus and Donald Trump's versus John Kerry in this body language. If you go and put all their body language together and Trump, Pompeo, look, this is John Kerry. Now what I'm reminding you of is this is your Secretary of State, John Kerry. A loser, accomplished nothing, okay? Let's go to number 2. This is John Kerry. This is my impression of John Kerry just saying, you know, you mean Trump got a deal, is going to get a deal with North Korea? I mean, I had to pay for my deal. I had to pay $3 billion. I had to calm the rowdy people in the back behind me from not saying death to America. Hey, that doesn't play. I got to get this done. You keep yelling death to America, we got a problem. See, that is John Kerry's look like, oh, I had to deal with death to America. I had to deal with a $3 billion, a $1.7 billion payoff. I have to deal with all this illegal stuff where they have opened a license, a financial federal license that allows Iran to get their money all around the world. I mean, look at what all I got to do just to get nothing signed so it could look like President Obama did something great. You got to understand, Obama was never viewed as doing anything great. Never viewed as doing anything on the world stage. Okay? The Arab Spring, a disaster. Okay? Stevens, our ambassador in Libya, drugged through the street dead. On the world stage, the Nobel Peace Prize winner Barack Hussein Obama did not accomplish anything. He did not make any good trade deals with China. He did not have any good negotiations with Japan, South Korea. Those people love Trump. Oh, God, yes. Now, let's go to, just throw carry number 3 there. There's carry number 3. He's just sighing. I can't believe this happened, man. I mean, it just wasn't the same. So there's a handful of Secretary of States that worked for presidents, elite globalist presidents, all 3, okay? Elite globalist Secretary of States apologizing, not offending, and doing anything the world wanted on the backs of the American people. Then along came Mike Pompeo. Put Mike Pompeo up. That's your Secretary of State, folks. Rock star, Pompeo. And because of Pompeo, put Trump Kim 1 up. Mike Pompeo kept it together and made that happen. I'm your host, BKP. It's 9:06. Now, MSNBC said this morning, I do not like to even discuss these people. I'm so disgusted by their anti-American attempt to destroy this country on a daily basis. They equated this meeting to a glorified, this is how they opened, a glorified photo op. A glorified photo op equal to cutting the ribbon on a grocery store opening, grand opening. A glorified photo op to cutting a ribbon on a grocery store grand opening. It's just disgusting. It's a shame. I'm your host, BKP. What does this do for Republicans? Where do Republicans stand? Oh, we got a lot more. We only have 2 hours. We got to go. Back after these messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on.